We want revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Eyes check. Complete.
We have launched for the Informant podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars loot lady. How's it going?
Crappy.
Pretty good.
It's good here.
This Jeff homo with his
Jeff the knife.
foil. It ain't a
Yes.
knife, it's a frickin' foil.
Oh, that's what it's called officially.
Yeah, it's a foil.
And you know we have that
fancy.
new Boost Mastery event that's all arrows, so they're into
Yeah, they really are.
We're into
Well-
medieval weaponry.
yeah.
They're out
gearing
of
up like the
ideas.
Olympics or something.
Well, they are because they have the Olympic archer.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
grand prize, huh?
Is it coming up or something? Is there something I missed?
The Boost
Well, then
Mastery event?
No, the Olympics.
The
Oh.
archery Olympics.
Well, right now they're trying to decide where they're going to hold the next Olympics, so everybody's doing their bids, but the U.S. decided it's not going to bid because we're at odds with
We
the
probably can't
IC.
afford it because of our
Yeah.
economy.
Well, it helps.
We
the
can
economy.
afford it. It's
I know,
it's
just
a
kidding.
huge.
It's a
deal.
moneymaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our president doesn't like to make money, so
Go there, Cracker Jack.
I know. Well, he's just
There
like,
you go, Jana.
What?
I just I'm a racketeer today, and she asked for some racketeers to get her fatigue down.
Thank you. Because there's
And
some
I think in real life we're all fatigued with this
Yes, I need a fatigue
Game.
boost.
Jeff the knife.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
come
is
on,
getting
Jeff?
old.
Really?
I like
Jeff?
Jeff.
You
That's what
couldn't
I
get
said on
somebody
my blog.
else's
I'm like,
name?
Do you think it's
like
supposed to be
Thor
Jeff?
or something like scary.
Yeah, like
but just
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Dude, do something. I mean, shit, that's better than Jeff.
What
Yeah.
is a
Jerome would be better
Rumpelstiltskin?
than Jeff.
Somebody called me that once in a bad comment. I
No,
didn't
told
get
you foreskin. There's a difference.
No,
You don't know
Oh.
the story of Rumpelstiltskin?
kinda, but I didn't get
Took
it.
the kid who took the
Us-
King of King's kid and said that I'm not going to give it back to you or whatever until you can guess my name.
Oh yeah.
Had the contract on the kid.
You know, I think whoever wrote that comment didn't know what they were talking about then. It was meant to be negative or derogatory against me.
Oh, it is because this guy did contracts and everything else, and
Oh.
basically was trying to screw people left and right.
And if you saw Shrek, they covered that.
Okay.
Yeah, they did a little spin-off on that.
Well, I didn't appreciate it.
I don't think they've meant for you to.
I don't like it when they call me names in the comments. It hurts my feelings sometimes.
I know, I call you Jen, and it just it's on your skin.
Send you through the roof.
The roof.
Or if I'm like
uh,
in a bad mood, I'll comment back and then I just make myself look worse.
Pretty much.
Because I'll call them names too.
You're a poopy head. Is that what you do?
I've never called anyone a poopy head.
Not since like kindergarten.
I
so-
think I've used the term idiot more than once.
Should use ass hat.
Yeah,
be-
but there's something likable about an ass hat.
Hmm.
You
Well,
think?
that's what I call you. So if I called them ass hat, they might think it's a term of endearment.
And Jana just gave me the shaft.
I did?
An arrow shaft.
The arrow
Oh.
shaft.
There you go. Congratulations.
Dankeschön. Oh, Dankeschön.
We all got the shaft this week.
Yeah, with Jeff's shaft. But you kind of like that.
No, we don't.
It's,
You know what
it's
they-
ridiculous.
If you watched Mafia Wars Live, they didn't post the video, so you could go back and watch it if you missed it. But
Do you
there-
blame them?
No, but I was hoping to capture this one scene where Jeff admitted that this Jeff the Knife was the model for it, and
Who
he
was?
is
Jeff.
Jeff from
Who's
Mafia
Jeff?
Wars Live.
He's,
He's
from Mafia Wars. He's
he's
one of the
one of the
developers, right?
sidekicks, but he's a developer, and he like got in the position of the picture, and he said that they told him he had to look mean, and it was like he's holding his sword.
It does look like Jeff, except Jeff's hair in real life is dark.
It looks like
So
he's
is
trying to grab
Jeff,
somebody's hoo-ha.
Jeff the Knife has dark hair too. He just has some highlights.
Oh, well, yeah, he's more highlighted than real life
He's
Jeff.
more fancy.
He's a little fancier.
Yeah, he looks like he's
He's
trying to
a
grab somebody's cojones.
But I wanted to like
Cool.
capture that scene and like compare the two, but they didn't put it back up. So if you missed it, you missed it.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't think they would replay that.
No, it was too hard to understand.
That's what she said. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Jeff.
Let's talk
'Cause
about
he's a
it.
hoser. He's screwing up Mig right now. Didn't we beat him and none of our stats change, or what happened with it?
Yeah, we've beat him a few times, but a couple hours ago we beat him and it didn't reset, and all of our numbers stayed at the same place, and it's just continuing on, and now we're almost beating it again, and I don't know. It's
Did
like
you get the loot item?
No, not
No.
this
Oh,
last time around.
yeah. Then I would. You should contact customer support,
Really?
Yes. We have to designate someone to do that.
Mike.
I got the perfect person.
Mike's got it down to
You
a
have
science.
someone in your family that's a customer support hoe.
Yeah, he is.
That's
See
right.
what
He
you
is
can
an
get
EHO,
it.
isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I think
But he always does have problems, and he doesn't contact them for like just to get stuff. He wants them to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And,
See, I've actually contacted him like 3 times, or probably 4 or 5 times in 3 years. I just don't bother with it. I don't have time.
I don't have time either, so I never do. And then I'm stupid because I'll just spend reward points to fix whatever
Stupid.
problem I have.
Yeah, that's not solving the problem.
I know.
Mm.
But the thought of just waiting for that chat to come up I don't like it.
I've just resorted to emailing them lately when the chat's not been there, and then I don't actually have to deal with anybody.
And I should point out, because we get this question about 20 times a day, we had a link that would take you directly to the live chat, and that link no longer works.
Because you
So-
were
They
using
nerfed it.
Yeah, and so people are trying all different things. They're trying to find a new link, but until we have one that works, the
They don't want to
workaround.
talk.
Well, a lot of people are going to the customer support for the other games and like playing dumb, and they'll be like, "Oh, let me transfer you to Mafia Wars."
Oh, nice. Does that work?
It seems to be working.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
We'll try
I
to
think
work
that's
with
pretty funny too. They're like, "I'm sorry, I work for Single Poker, but let me transfer you."
Oh, I'm sorry.
The secret's out. Now everybody's going to be doing that.
Now they're gonna nerf that and tell everyone no transferring of any kind.
That's right. You're irritating us.
That's kind of funny.
I like
But
it.
there are, a lot of bugs with this. But I think they fixed some of the bugs that were there in the beginning.
Well, what's the one that we were talking about earlier? How if you have a boost and you're trying to use one of what the Racketeer gives you, or you're trying to get what the arsonist gave you. So if you're trying to kill your fatigue or the other meter,
The
the heat
rage.
meter, yeah, if you use one of your combos at the same time, it gives you shat.
It gives you 0.
It's 0 against the guy. So any time that you are using either a Racketeer or an arsonist, it gives 0 attack on the person. You still spend your 5, 15, 90, 45 at the time. So just realize that you're not doing any damage. You're wasting whatever the 4 items that you had, and or you're wasting your stam. So that's something that's pure crap. They should allow us to do damage to the asshat at the same time, because we're still wasting it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another thing you have to be careful of is if you have multiple arsonists or there's so
Racketeers.
many names. But yeah, if you have multiple of those boosts, don't go trigger happy on your attack button, because you'll use 3 of them in a row, and you could have your rage down to 0. Somebody posted a screenshot in our room of having negative on their rage meter.
Well, what it does is it goes down a certain percentage, and if you're within, let's say it goes down 100 every time, and you're at 42, and you hit it again, and it goes down the negative number. Why? Because it's brought it down a negative number. It's not that he's clicking too fast. It's just that it's registering correctly. So just know that if you're within that threshold, it's actually going to go negative.
Okay.
Because I've watched that, because it's happened to me several times. I was like, what the hell's going on? So I just realized within a certain range of what it takes down, it'll actually go into the negative number. So it's not that you're clicking. You're not as fast as me. So.
Well, I don't have the Logitech Super Mouse that does
I don't have a
1,000
super mouse.
clicks in a second.
I have the G9X.
Whatever you have.
Well, overall, I would say most people are pretty confused still. I think some people are getting the hang of it, but there's some confusion.
And it's supposed to be a permanent feature, and we'll get new bosses, so I believe that eventually people are going to figure it out.
No, eventually we're just going to get bored.
Or we'll give up on it. Like our family,
when we don't need the loot.
Well, and you get bored with it too, and I think that's what's going to eventually happen. Like my family's gone hog wild with it, and I think eventually they're going to calm down and be like,
How many times have you guys done it already?
Oh, I don't even want to say. Like, we're in the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And how long is this event? There's 6 days left.
Now, the way it's supposed to happen is when this one runs out, we'll get a different boss.
Okay.
Will that happen? I don't know.
I had people ask me this week for both of your war pages, and I couldn't find one. Do you have one, Jen?
We have a anti-ass page that's the people started when the Death by Ice event came out. And it's still in existence, and people still post their icings of us.
Oh.
Genius.
But I know. And, we all like the page, and we comment, too. It's not really a bad page. But
somebody did that for MiG a couple times, where they'll put up like a MiG graveyard, and we basically take the damn thing over and destroy them.
I think it's called genius. I Love Ass or something.
I love ass.
Yeah. But no, with this fight list problem, it's becoming an issue because we keep getting, we don't sit on anybody. That's one of our things. If you're on the fight list, you're probably going to get hit.
Yeah, there's some complaints that people that are fighting off the fight list are seeing the same people over and over and over again. And what's happening is people are getting accused of sitting on people, even though it's not technically their fault because the fight list is not refreshing enough. So there's a lot of people out there that have had that kind of complaint that there's a lot more sitting on people, even though it's not intentional.
Right.
We've been getting accused a lot of sitting on people, and we don't do that.
Are y'all bullying?
We're not bullying.
Bully!
And we're family number ID 27, so you're welcome to drive by, but we don't have a page that you're going to find us on.
Well, I just wanted to post my capo.
Who would attack the Spocks?
I went to the Spock page, and then no one else had posted capos there, so I felt silly. So
yeah,
I put it on the Informant podcast.
But I'm sure other families are experiencing this too, where like someone's going to accuse you of sitting on them when you're really not. You're just using the fight list.
Right.
We have to also consider the fact that there's not as many people playing this game as there were a year or 2 years ago. One thing that was cool is for this epic boss fight we've been talking about, instead of just one loot item when you collect your prize, you now get 4, which is cool. And what we noticed, and a lot of other families have noticed as well, is now the superior items are not dropping at the same consistency as they used to. It used to be if you were in the top, you were pretty much not guaranteed because people in the top didn't always get one, but there was a good drop of superior items, and now we're not seeing that. Everyone seems to be getting 4 rare, uncommon items. And they added an ultimate item called the Street Blade, which has stats of 200 attack, 200 defense.
Nice.
And the problem is, well, there's 2 problems. One, they just threw it in with the superior items, but it's really an ultimate item. They guess they don't feel like making a new category. And the second major problem is the thing does not drop. Nobody's gotten one yet. And, like we were just talking about, our family has done a lot of these boss fights, and not one person has gotten one.
Really?
Yeah, but I'd take 4 loot items versus 1 any day of the week over that, because in the long run you're going to end up adding to your attack and defense scores more than if you just got 1 superior item every time.
Right.
So it's going to be harder than it was before to get a superior item. And they also changed the frequency of when you can request rifle rounds. It used to be you could ask once a day, and now Mike and I were trying to figure out the timeline, and Mike got it. It seems like it's once every 8 hours now. Which
What's the deal with the power packs?
Okay, the power pack experiment, which we talked about already,